Καλησπέρα παιδιά, καλώς ήρθατε σε ένα ακόμη βίντεο, σε ένα live. Σήμερα θα παίξω το The Last Case of John Morley, ένα αφηγηματικό παιχνίδι μυστηρίου, narrative adventure, σε πρώτο πρόσωπο, με ατμόσφαιρα film noir από τη δεκαετία του 1940. Το παιχνίδι αυτό κυκλοφόρησε στο Steam για υπολογιστές και στο PlayStation 5 στις 27 Νοεμβρίου του 2025. Είναι από την Indigo Studios και έχει δημοσιευτεί από την Jandusoft. Η υπόθεση έχει να κάνει παίζοντας ως ντετέκτιβ ονόματι John Morley, που επιστρέφει στη δουλειά μετά από σοβαρούς τραυματισμούς. Μια αριστοκράτισσα, η Λαίδη Margarette Fordside, του ζητά να ερευνήσει τη δολοφονία της κόρης της πριν από 20 χρόνια. Μια υπόθεση που η αστυνομία λέει είχε κλείσει, αλλά πιθανώς λάθος. Εξερεύνηση λέει σκοτεινών τοποθεσιών, συλλογή στοιχείων και ανασύνθεση σκηνών εγκλήματος, έμβαση στην αφήγηση και την ατμόσφαιρα, όχι στη δράση. Σύντομη εμπειρία, περίπου 3 ώρες με κινηματογραφικό ρυθμό. Νουάρ μυστηριώδη, σκοτεινό, κατάλληλο για fans των detective stories, walking sims και ιστοριών τύπου LA Noir ή Sherlock Holmes. Περισσότερο λέει ιστορία και ατμόσφαιρα παρά γρίφη βαριάς λογικής. Μάλιστα. Πάμε να το δούμε και αυτό. Options. Τι λέει εδώ? In the depths of darkness, he awoke with a start, heart pounding in his chest, the cold earth beneath him unfamiliar and damp. Darkness surrounded him, thick and oppressive, the kind that swallowed every sound exist. No matter the cost.
Where am I? I know it's following me. I can feel it.
Follow me who?
shouldn't have taken such a risk. Sound. It's coming from the river. If it catches me, it will show no mercy. I know it's hidden somewhere in this forest.
Ναι, τι είναι κρυμμένο σε αυτό το δάσος? Θα μας λες και εμάς να μάθουμε.
I should be able to see its light soon.
Πολύ Silent Hill φάση το δάσος εδώ.
At last, I can gather my strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing.
Να σου γαμίσω. Last day in the hospital. The piercing light of the morning sun startled John from his restless sleep. The strongest enemy did not bend the very vision of his mind. Another day in this watch hospital, his wounds still itched, but left no regret. Despite the accident, he justice. After all, is not that duty of any good private detective.
The name's John Morley.
Nightmares End. Κέρδισα τρόπο.
And today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fill an ox, today I'm finally free.
Νοσοκομείο του 1940. Wow.
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
New cheekly unlocked. Μέσα. Open the case files to view character information and clues.
Story of my life. That's me, the bloodhound Morley.
«5 Φεβρουαρίου του 45».
Blimey, it's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares. I better get dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional. Rainy and overcast. Typical London weather. There's notes from Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago while I was still under observation. Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only two things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance. So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over? Looks brand new. The collar's pristine. These do a fine job of hiding any belly. Cut, well-structured shoulders, nicely padded. I usually use the Windsor. I should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Blimey, what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally. trench coat and fedora hat. Every detective's must have. I better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Okay. Από εδώ δεν πάει. Εδώ δεν πάει. Εδώ δεν πάει. Hello, sweetheart.
All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life. Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise.
Pax Britannica.
Everything's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
The Naughty Cat. Live jazz, champagne, scandalous nights. Nyar.
Here they are, Penny's keys, just like it says in her note.
Στη μάπα είναι φάρα την πόρτα. Τι ωραίο που είναι ρε.
So this is Peter. That smug grin has got "punch me" written all over it.
Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring and try to sweet talk her into coming back. If this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over. Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case. My files. Cases, clients, debts. Too many debts.
Far too many.
Far too many.
Μπρελίτσα.
The umbrella with a bullet hole.
Trophy cabinet.
Souvenir from the
Nice.
marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one.
This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab.
This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective. The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one.
The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally, case closed.
Αυτή είναι η υπόθεση για τα κόκκινα παπούτσια.
My desk, strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me. Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled. The drawer. It's locked. Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
Οκ.
The Scarlet Page.
Εντελώς την τύχη έτσι. Απλά έγραψα το όνομά του. Μπούχ να γαμίσω.
My apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honor of this meeting?
Lady Margarette Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavor to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case, and a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice, but all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now, here I am.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elodie's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody, the delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
Into the shadows.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper.
Τι ωραίο ρε που είναι το
The
παιχνίδι.
heart of
Τι ωραία
mystery
γραφικά που έχει.
refused to be forgotten.
Αμαξάρα εδώ, Γεια σας. Είναι κανείς εδώ? Τι τρομακτικό και ήσυχο μέρος και ταυτόχρονα όμορφο.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
Westland Asylum.
This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Almost like it carries a shadow of its own. It seems Elodie had a passion for art, but her style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing from the looks of it.
Σπασμένος καθρέφτης, κακό αυτό. Ουρσουζιά.
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I need to find the key. A blue moon, fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets.
Τι blue moon, έχει γίνει το μνήμο blue από τους ήχους που έχει εδώ μέσα.
Looks like the Countess left this for me. Could be useful for getting around the place.
Τι γαμάτι πίνακες ρε. Πολύ ωραίος πίνακας.
The Fordside family crest, a rampant dragon, a time-honoured symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and the Welsh. Another painting by Elodie. There's something deeply disturbing about her work. Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors. So, the housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step. A globe resting in a beautiful wooden stand. Two chairs. One of them knocked over. The housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore when she visited.
Crayones.
It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
The lock has been concealed. This door must open by some other means. The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that
Oba,
unsettled the
καλώς
housekeeper
δίνει.
enough to
Πώς η
abandon
Μαρίγη.
her post so suddenly?
Τι κάνετε μωρέλη, Αλλά είσαι μάνα. Εδώ. Πήρα αυτό το παιχνίδι να το δοκιμάσω. Ωραίο φαίνεται. Υποτίθεται ναι. Όχι ακριβώς horror, καθαρό horror, με detective. Συναγερμούς, τι συναγερμούς.
Lady Fordside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
Newly unlocked.
The housekeeper resigned. Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
Είμαι με φύλακα του Πολυτεχνείου Δημόσιο, αλλά έχει πάει κάπου τώρα, δεν ξέρω πού. Μπορεί να πήγε για χέσουμε άνθρωπος. Να πήγε τουαλέτα ρε παιδί μου. Ένα κλειδάκι είναι εκεί μέσα. Πώς θα μπούμε εκεί. Αυτά τα κεφάλια γυρνάνε, αλλά τώρα προς τα πού πρέπει να τα γυρίσω δεν ξέρει. Ωραία, για κάτσε, πες ότι εσύ θες να κοιτάξεις προς τα εκεί. Εσύ δεν γυρίζεις. Πες ότι το γυρίζουμε από εδώ. Δεν ξέρω αν θα πάρω εγώ κανένα παιχνίδι, δεν θέλω RPG και λοιπά. Θα ψάξω τίποτα. Ναι, ωραία. Μπας είχε εδώ τίποτα ρε. Που δεν είδα. Κάπως έτσι θα μου πει όπου να τους γυρίσω. Κάτσε λίγο. Για κάτσε ρε, να έχεις δίκιο. Αυτό έχει αυτή αριστερά. Αυτός. Για κάτσε, αυτοί οι δύο ήταν. Όλοι αριστερά εκτός από τον γέρο δεξιά. Οπότε, εσύ και άλλο αριστερά. Εμπνάει, καρούδου. Όχι, την άλλη πήγαινε. Απ' την άλλη μωρέ. Από εδώ. Ωραία. Και τούτος δεξιά. Από εδώ, Χαρίλε. Ναι, ωραία. Και Who saw in the stars metaphors for these lonelies? From that moment on his telescope. Αυτός πρέπει να κοιτάει μόνο προς το τηλεσκόπιο. Iron and Mother Balaclava. Crime Canon, Silver Medical Kit. Medical Kit. Για φύγει λίγο θεία. Medical Kit είναι προς τα εκεί. Εδώ έχει το medical. Αυτή είναι η πιανίστα. Είναι library. Προς την υδρόγειο. Ευθεία. Τα ανοίξαμε.
This must have been some sort of private study for the Countess.
Το είδα βρε, το άνοιξε. Το έκανα, Μαρία.
Lady was committed to a psychiatric facility. Lady Margarette and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
Ναι.
An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside, Lady Margaret's husband. A British passport. Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world.
Διαβατήριο.
This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart of the house.
Ωραία φωνούλα, αλλά πού είσαι, ποια είσαι? Τι ήταν, πού πούνιες?
This door is locked as well. If the Countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open?
Rest in truth.
Rest eternally, beloved daughter, beneath the tree that once watched you grow. So this is where Elodie is buried.
Επαμπάνονται.
Layers of dried oil paint, left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time stopped the moment Elodie laid down her brush. Feels like the room's holding its breath, waiting for something to stir.
Τι ωραία καμπάδες. Ωραία σχέδιο.
This door appears to lead out to the back garden. Locked with a padlock. I'll need to find the key. A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down.
Ναι.
Looks like the last painting Elodie was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it. A grand ship on the open sea. The sinking of a ship. Looks like some sort of clue. Trace birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the four stages.
Όλα λέει δείχνουν για θάλασσες και καράβια.
Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
Drawing and dining room. Ωραία. My lady. Ναι, το ξέρω. Area A, private quarters. Area B, guest quarters. Και C, kitchens and servants.
Lady Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas.
Εδώ έχει δύο κλειδαριές. Ας τσιτάρουμε λίγο, να δούμε λίγο για τον κωδικό. 25741. Γεια σου Μαρίνα, καλησπέρα. Για να μου ταιριάζει εδώ. Α, εδώ το θέλει ρε. Όχι. Πώς το θέλει και στα δύο. Για κουτί, άρα πάμε κάτω. Χοέο, παίζεις... Δεν το γνωρίζω αυτό το χοέο. Εξηχνιάζω μια υπόθεση ως ντετέκτιβ. Τώρα μπορεί να εξελιχθεί και σε horror, δεν το ξέρω. Έχει βέβαια κάτι ωραίους τρομακτικούς πινάκες. Και το mood είναι σε τέτοια φάση, όπως βλέπεις. Κοίτα εδώ.
Some of these paintings are really dark and sinister.
Περίμενε λίγο Μαρία.
This looks like Elodie's diary. Let's see what her last entries reveal.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming. I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close. He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically lost his companions. By sheer luck, he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer.
A young woman screaming in the middle of the darkness.
Τι ώρα μουσικούλα, Μαρίνα, σου κάνω αυτό το πίνακα δώρο για το δωμάτιό σου. Να το βάζεις μπροστά, φάτσα κάρτα στην κρεβατοκάμαρα. Καούρα, έχω... Τι έφαγες, βε?
I'm so happy. Walter has finally arrived. I must admit, I am utterly captivated by him. I invited him to visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
Τι σχέση έχει βρει η βίαιτα με τον πίνακα? Δεν μίλησα για φαΐ. Τι είναι τούτη ρε?
They looked so in love. So happy. I wonder what became of Walter after Elodie died.
New key, clue unlocked. Μέσα. Έλα παιδί, ήσαν να φάμε. Έχουμε φτιάξει γίγαντες με λουκάνικο. Πάω κόκκο. Θα πεταχτεί τίποτα μαλάκα. Θα έχει στο πάνω μου. Έχω αγχωθεί φουλ.
Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews. It's open to the pages under S.
Βάζει γάλα στο καφέ που πίνεις.
It's not here. It's simply not here.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for?
Για κόψε λίγο να βάζεις γάλα στον καφέ.
Tragedy seems to have cast a long shadow over this family.
Εγώ όταν είχα πρώτα αρχίσει να πίνω καφέδες, έπινα φραπέ με γάλα. Μέχρι που άρχισε να μην πειράζει το γάλα και το έκοψα από το φραπέ. Και το πινά κανονικό, μόνο γλυκό δηλαδή, χωρίς γάλα. Μετά δεν μ' άρεσε γενικά ο φραπές και τον άλλαξα με εσπρέσο. Αλλά για δοκίμασα γενικά για λίγο καιρό. Δοκίμασα να πίνεις για λίγο καιρό καφέ χωρίς γάλα. Μήπως σε πειράζει. Τι είναι αυτό εκεί? Όχι. Το κακό είναι ότι έχει κουμπί για τρέξιμο, Δηλαδή αυτό. Η γιαγιά μας τέτοια ραπτομηχανή.
Something definitely happened here. Was it a struggle?
Τι είναι εδώ πέρα, στην κουζίνα? Τα γαμίσατε όλα, Μαρίνα.
Some of these tools have been bent.
Τι έχεις κάνει εδώ πέρα?
Likely trampled over. These broken chairs.
Έσπασε την καρέκλα, ρε. Μου σχάρει. Οπ. Ναι, το ξέρω. Τώρα κόπηκε η μουσική.
It looks like this vase was shattered. Not just dropped, but smashed with intent. A silver knife is missing, and it's nowhere to be found. Likely taken by the same person who caused all this destruction.
Σαν κάτι να είναι κουκουλωμένο μοιάζει η σκιά. Και με το που πλησιάσω κάτι θα γίνει, για να δούμε. Καλά, σφίγγουμε τώρα. Που δεν νομίζω να είναι από αυτό η σκιά εκεί μέσα. Για κανένα λόγο. Λοιπόν, τι μας είχε πει το μαράκι. Δοκίμασε αυτόν στην αριστερή πόρτα, 34-982. 34-982. She's open it. Πολύ σκοτάδι. Έκανε και save. Η άλλο φώτα δεν έχει αυτό το σπίτι. Έχει, δεν δουλεύουνε. Θα πηγαίνετε εδώ μόνοι σας. Κρεβατοκάμαρα. Οπ. Τι είναι αυτό, σκηνή για κρεμάλα?
A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
Ο Χριστός! Χωρίς τη μάνα του. Κι άλλος καθρέφτης σπασμένος. Ένας σταυρός εδώ. Κι άλλο σκηνή. Κι άλλο καράβι, ένα χαλί. Και άλλη πηξίδα.
Tools of a sailor. The diary of Walter Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was and what his involvement in this case might be. An empty bottle. It smells of good rum.
Ποιο σου πέρε να κλείσει το φανάρι? Ω.
The painting of a ship, unmistakably in Elodie's style.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife, the gleam of its blade, shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
What on earth happened? Did Walter also see the mysterious man with the knife? It's absurd. This occurred 20 years ago. Surely that man can't still be lurking about. Can he?
Να σου γάμισω.
Coming here was a grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He needs to kill me. I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I woke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
The last entry in the diary, dated the very night of the murder.
My beloved Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor, who only wishes to love you?
Αν πώς ανοίγει αυτό το συντόγιο που έλεγες.
My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to.
Αλλά όχι, άνοιξε άλλο.
Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Κάποιος έρχεται.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned. I should take a look at it.
Nope, κλειδάκι.
Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there. Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats. A photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply. Another boarded up door. The question is, was it sealed before the murder? And why?
Κάτσε, είχα πάρει... Πάει ένα σιδερικό, γιατί δεν το σπάει. Πώς πρέπει να πάω και από εκεί. Όχι, ξαναμπες μέσα. Μπας και είναι το ίδιο. Άρα πάω στο γήπεδο. Μπράβο, Σοφία. Μαρία. Είχα πάρει ένα crowbar πριν. Μπορεί εδώ μέσα να είναι, αλλά κάτσε να δούμε και εδώ γύρω-γύρω.
At that old fountain in the garden, now little more than a basin of stagnant water, one can still make out the faint impressions of bloodied hands. It seems almost certain the killer stopped here.
In a hurried... The gate still bears the macabre traces of that old tragedy, like a silent witness, pointing to the path taken by that murderous beast as he fled.
Αυτό εκεί τι είναι, άνθρωπος ή... Όχι. Λουπ, μου χεράκι.
Despite his injuries, the
Botanic
killer rid
clues.
himself of anything that might incriminate him before fleeing the scene. The boots, the coat, even the knife. It's a chilling thought, but this ought to do the trick for that boarded-up room upstairs, just by Walter Brandon's room.
Το είδα, ναι, το πήρα. Τρόμαξα λίγο, το έκανε πολύ εξωπνικά. To this day, 3 years since his disappearance, I still catch myself entering this room, expecting to find him there. Exhausted yet sleepless, the pose had away for days on it, without food or rest, calling his final dreadful and chilling masterpiece. with those eyes might hunt it. The same eyes that seem... Ναι. Συγχαρητήρια, συνέσαι.
Lord Fordside was a gifted artist, no doubt, but his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul. This unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease, almost repulsion. A sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own chisels. Unlabeled liquor bottles. The damp and the passing years have likely worn away whatever once marked them. There's a distinct scent of wormwood, the plant at the heart of absinthe. Thujone, its active compound, could provoke hallucinations. Visions said to come straight from the goddess Artemis herself.
Και τι γι' αυτό μπήκα εδώ. Εδώ το άγαλμα. Και το κωδικό λογικά.
The door is locked. I'll need to find the key. Him again. Who the bloody hell are you?
Ουτ μαλάκα πως κοιτάει.
This room looks like it seems Lady It's a damn fine bottle of wine. Nope, the bed is made. The Countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elodie. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elodie remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light. They go out together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction. Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack.
Όχι Lucky Strike, Lucky Stars.
I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elodie went out to sail on the pond.
Να σου πάρω ένα.
Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
Something in the glass has shattered here.
Oh my God, what is that noise? It's coming from Elodie's room.
The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my God, Elodie!
Lady Margaret, quite agitated, grabbed the fireplace poker and rushed toward it. I should finish gathering all the clues from the Countess's room before exploring other parts of the house.
Έχω χεστεί λίγο. Ξέρω που θα εμφανιστεί ο άλλος. Μαρία, θα το βάσω όλα αυτά.
A key. Likely the one to Elodie's room. Lady Margaret lied to me. She hadn't taken any sleeping draught that night. She could have heard the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me? The more I investigate, the more convoluted it all seems. I should head to Elodie's room to search for answers. There was a struggle here, clear as day. Not a clean break-in. The killer wasn't subtle. Photograph of Lαίδη Fordside and Walter Brandon.
if my memory serves me right. Looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum. A pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now. This was the scene of the crime.
Oh.
A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Either it was knocked over in the scuffle, or perhaps Elodie dropped it herself in the panic. Judging by the sheer brutality of the crime, we can almost certainly conclude the killer was a man of considerable build. The blood-stained coat, found alongside the greenhouse knife, suggests that the mysterious figure seen loitering nearby may, in fact, be the very same individual who committed the murder. They say the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. But 20 years have passed. Why now? Let's attempt to reconstruct the events, just as they might have unfolded that night, and try to understand precisely what happened.
Ωραία. Πάει και αυτό. Καλώς είναι. Πού πήγες ρε? Βράζεις λουκάνικα. Όχι εδώ πάλι. Τι να έρθω να...
Looks like the crowbar is broken. Lady Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff.
Τι φρουτόκρεμα ρε. Α, τα μωρά πήραν να φαν. Κάτι έχει μέσα. Έτσι και χέσεις εδώ. Μόνο που θα κουμπίσεις.
A pair of blood-stained scissors stuck in the sink basin. Deeply unsettling.
Κάτι ακούω σαν ανάσα, Και δεν ξέρω αν είναι η δικιά μου.
No doubt. This is the cook's room.
Ναι, φέρε. Με κέτσαπ και μουσάρδογο.
A good way to motivate the staff. A doll pierced with an awl. A warning?
Εντάξει, πως φαίνεται οι φωτογραφίες ότι είναι όλες ChatGPT, AI.
The young maid was an avid fan of actor Valentin Rudolph. What a collection of posters from his films.
Α, να φέρεις να φάμε, μην το πεις η Μαρίνα όμως. Έλα παίξω ένα ταυλάκι. Πλακωτό οι πόρτες, έλα.
One of the oldest board games.
$34,982. Το βάλαμε αυτό. Και το άλλο λέει 25 κάτι. Όχι, δεν το βάλαμε αυτό το κωδικό κάπου.
Dreadful spread, and what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death, and lay ruin to the house and all who dwell within.
Ποιο είναι το play say όμως?
Is there someone else in the house?
Πού να γαμίσω. Μάλιστα.
Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
Ναι βρε, δεν πειράζει. Τι έγινε, τίποτα? Ξαναπάω έξω να δω τι σκάτα γίνεται. Να δω πού είναι αυτό το place ένα που βρήκαμε, που βάζω τον κωδικό. Αν μπω σε εδώ. Όχι. Ναι, που βρήκαμε στο χαρτάκι, που βρήκαμε έναν κωδικό, place alpha που έλεγε. Area βασικά, area. Εδώ δεν πάει. Δεν έχει τίποτα εδώ πέρα. Εδώ δεν πάει. Καλύβα, ξέρω εγώ. Σαν θερμοκήπιο μοιάζει. Όχι, έχει αυτό το κούτσουρο εδώ πέρα το δέντρο, το πεσμένο. Και αυτό εδώ δεν πάει κάπου. Δεν με αφήνει να περάσω από εδώ. Όχι, δεν έχει τίποτα. Με είδε υποτίθεται αυτόν με το μαχαίρι από κοντά.
On the bedside table. Elodie must have lain down that night, perhaps already drifting to sleep.
Ωραία, κάτι έκανα εδώ, προχώρησα. Ναι.
The door's lock, completely broken, indicates someone forced their way into the
Μη
room,
στρομάξε.
likely startling Elodie awake. Elodie tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity. She lost her balance and fell, breaking the dresser and chair. The killer dragged her to the bed, against her will. In the struggle, one of the vases fell from the mantelpiece.
On the bed, the killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood. That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker, knocking him away from Elodie. Wounded, the killer fled the scene, but it was already too late. Elodie was already dead.
Okay. Άρα έτσι έγινε ο φόνος της Melody.
The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my thoughts. It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp. And that sudden abandonment, so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule.
Σαν το Σωτήρι είναι λίγο αυτός.
One thing was certain. My next move was to dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon, the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old forgotten sanatorium that, 20 years ago, was the scene of a meeting between Lady Fordside and that Brandon fellow.
Lament of the Forgotten. The old sanatorium loomed in the distant silent.
It was an ungodly hour when my battered car crept along the winding, shadowed road leading to Westland Asylum.
Νομίζω έφυγα από εκεί.
What I found upon arrival was disquieting. The building, forsaken for more than a decade, remained illuminated. Was it some ancient emergency system defying the passage of time? Or was someone awaiting my arrival?
Τι ροκάδρο ρε φίλε. Και τρομακτικό λίγο αυτό το άγαλμα εδώ. Westland Asylum. Μάλιστα. Ωραία. Αφού φύγαμε από το τέτοιο, από το προηγούμενο μέρος, θα το αφήσω κάπου εδώ για να το συνεχίσω αύριο από εκεί, από εδώ που είμαι τώρα, από το άσυλο. Μην το τελειώσουμε όλο σε μια μέρα, να έχουμε κάτι να παίζουμε. Ενδιαφέρον, ναι, είναι αρκετά τρομακτικό, γενικά σαν mood. Τώρα θα δούμε συμπορία. Τι μπορεί να γίνει. Αυτά. Ναι, άμα θες. Όποτε θες, έλα να το συνεχίσουμε. Μαρίνα και Μαρία, ευχαριστώ για την παρέα. Για άλλη μια φορά. Καλό βράδυ. Φιλιά πολλά. Τα λέμε στο επόμενο.